What the heck is going on at Apple? Apple has long been known for producing a steady stream of design-driven, category-defining products that shape how people interact with technology. But now the company famous for its stability is experiencing major turbulence at the top, just as both Apple and the broader tech industry reach a turning point. In less than a week, Apple announced the departures of 3 executive team members. Meta has also poached a key Apple design leader, and speculation is growing that Tim Cook may be preparing to step down as CEO. These shifts come as critics argue that Apple, once a pioneer, is falling behind in the next major wave, artificial intelligence. For one of the world's most valuable tech companies, leadership changes could reshape how Apple imagines and builds the products used by millions every day. The only thing we can infer from this is that Apple is heading into a period of increased volatility, said Robert Siegel, a longtime venture capitalist and lecturer at Stanford's Graduate School of Business. Apple's stock, AAPL, is up roughly 12% this year, far lower than the 30% rise it saw in 2024. Apple did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Who's leaving and why? Apple announced the planned departures of several key executives this week. Lisa Jackson, Vice President of Environment, Policy, and Social Initiatives, will retire next year. Kate Adams, Apple's General Counsel, will also retire next year. Alan Dye, Vice President of Human Interface Design, is leaving to become Meta's Chief Design Officer. John Giannandrea, Senior Vice President of Machine Learning and AI Strategy, will retire next year. Apple is bringing in Jennifer Newstead, Meta's Chief Legal Officer, to serve as General Counsel after Adams retires and to oversee government affairs. The Environment and Social Initiatives teams will report to Kusebe Khan, and Amar Subramanya, Microsoft's Corporate VP of AI, will become Apple's new Vice President of AI. Earlier this year, Jeff Williams also stepped back from his role as Chief Operating Officer. Apple isn't alone in restructuring. Meta announced Thursday that it will shift investment away from its Metaverse VR project toward AI glasses and wearables. Amazon laid off 14,000 employees in October to move faster in AI, and Google reorganized its hardware and software teams last year to better integrate AI across its devices. But Apple is famous for its tight-knit, secretive culture. This goes against Apple's typical culture. But they need to rip the Band-Aid off, said Dan Ives, global head of tech research at Wedbush Securities. Their AI strategy has been invisible, and this chapter will define Cook's legacy. The future and Apple's challenges. These leadership shakeups come as uncertainty around Apple's future intensifies. Apple delayed a major Siri update meant to catch up with OpenAI's ChatGPT and Google's Gemini, transforming Siri from a Q&A machine into a proactive assistant that can act on a user's behalf using personal device data. That update is now pushed to next year, and Apple's other AI improvements for the iPhone, Mac, and iPad have been minimal. Meanwhile, Apple's expensive Vision Pro headset, the company's first new device category since the Apple Watch, remains a niche product. At the same time, competitors including Meta, Google, Samsung, and OpenAI have announced major AI product expansions this year, from Meta's new Ray-Ban display smart glasses to Google and Samsung's Gemini-powered headset and OpenAI's efforts in shopping and web browsing. Google's Gemini 3 model has also drawn significant attention since its November launch. Wall Street wants clarity on Apple's AI plans. During a July earnings call, analysts pressed the company on Siri's role in future product innovation and whether AI chatbots threaten Apple's relevance in Internet search. Eddie Q, Apple's SVP of Services, even testified during Google's antitrust trial that people might not need an iPhone in 10 years. Now, The most prominent figure in Apple's design studio since Jony Ive left in 2019 is joining Meta to help shape what that company views as the next generation of computing. Meanwhile, Ive is collaborating with OpenAI on its first hardware product. Dai's departure is a more direct threat to Apple than the others, said Joe Tigati, portfolio manager at Rational Equity Armor Fund. The iPhone remains dominant. Despite AI pressure, iPhone 17 sales have been strong and are expected to grow next year. Apple is on track to surpass Samsung in global smartphone shipments for the first time since 2011, according to Counterpoint Research. The company is also among the few to surpass the $4 trillion market cap mark, joining Nvidia and Microsoft. Change, however, isn't always a bad thing. Bringing in new talent or promoting from within can provide fresh perspective, especially when industries undergo major transitions as is happening now with AI, said Siegel. Some analysts believe time is running out for Apple to make bold moves in artificial intelligence. You can't have a fourth industrial revolution and watch the AI party from the outside, Ives said. And clearly they need massive changes in leadership.